Sundance is this week, and we have compiled a few movies that you should not miss coming up in the coming years. If you don't know, Sundance is a film festival that takes place in Utah every January slash early February. I don't really know. I think it's end of January. But anyways, a lot of people bring their films to showcase them here before they get releases later on in the year. Sometimes they get brought to Sundance without getting picked up yet, so they're hoping that they get picked up by a distributor to distribute their movie by the end of the year. But we have some movies here that we want to talk about. Ryder, bring us into the first movie that we kind of want to mention here.
Jonathan Majors seems to be taking up a lot of the time in the theaters, and good for him. I
Yeah,
think we're big fans of Jonathan Majors here. Strictly Casual, and oh boy, he's doing this new film called Magazine Dreams, and it seems to be really a good character piece, right? And
yeah.
we're hearing a lot of great reviews about it. I mean, we have a review here real quick from Matt Neglia. It says dark and intense character study, career best work from Jonathan Majors, eliciting sympathy one moment, then fear the next. His obsessively committed performance will leave you in shock and awe. A terrifying look at toxic masculinity and mental illness. Now,
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all have seen the photo of this guy online, but
jacked.
oh my God, he's in peak physical performance.
Yeah,
I mean, peak physical form.
absolutely jacked. We have here this little quote from IndieWire too. This is Jonathan Majors talking to IndieWire, so it's a direct quote from Jonathan Majors. It says, "The humanity just left off the page. Something about the isolation that was pulling me. Some of his internal life, his meaning the character that he plays, and my internal life correlated. What we're talking about here is an individual who has a drive to be seen, a drive to be understood, and a drive to be loved, which is fundamentally human. It's bare bones, his rudimentary needs that are not being fulfilled. He has taken those things into his own hands." And I connected to that.
Dude, what a guy, man. Like
Yeah,
both Jonathan Majors and this character seem so interesting. I'm
yeah.
sure we're both excited to see this movie. But man, that's what I love about Jonathan Majors. He's a real actor's actor, dude. He really gets into it, and he's a people person, like you said, but he studies this type of thing. And
Yeah,
you could tell when you're watching him perform, you could see the choices he's making in his dialogue, and he's always trying new stuff. It's
he's,
so fascinating to watch him.
I mean, it's just, we talk about it all the time. I think Jonathan Majors is like, what a story. Going from
Dude.
like just a little pickup indie movies like in short films to like Last Black Man in San Francisco, which I thought he gave an incredible performance.
So good.
And
So
then
good.
all of a sudden we're seeing him like, oh my goodness, what do we see him in between this? Like at something big afterwards. After that,
Um
something bigger.
The show on FX. It was the Cthulhu.
Oh
What's Cthulhu?
yeah,
Who does Cthulhu? What's his name?
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft. HP Lovecraft. It's an HP Lovecraft story.
Yeah,
Lovecraft, and
there's probably more in
that one.
between that I just
Started
don't know.
that.
And then now we're seeing him as like the big bad in Marvel, the big bad, and
The
he's
guy.
still taking these roles. He did Devotion recently too, which I heard is pretty
Mhm.
good. And then this magazine Dream seems to be incredible, and that's awesome. I think it's so cool that he can do all this.
Absolutely. This other film that's coming out
Yeah.
from Daisy Ridley, and also Chiwetel Ejiofor and Amelia Clark, called "Sometimes I Think About Dying." Now, we've seen some photos of this online too. We have a review from Eric Davis, a movie drama about human connection with definite Office Space vibes. Also
Have
dubbed,
you watched Office Space,
yeah,
Ryder?
yeah, a
Okay,
while
so
ago.
good, good,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
good.
That one's
It's
that's a
hilarious.
weird one, but yeah, very
Heavily
very
quoted
funny.
in my family. Heavily quoted.
Oh, that's good. A brief synopsis from people online saying it focuses on the aspects of mental health, panic attacks, unnerving feeling, accompanying social anxiety. Daisy Ridley's great, but it's otherwise a one-time watch film. So yeah,
Interesting.
pretty yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of mixed reviews coming out from lots of films across Sundance,
Yeah,
but
I
this
mean,
one seems interesting.
that's always Sundance. It's a film festival where a lot of people bring
Mhm,
their movies that have not
mhm.
screened. Like they've screened between
Yeah.
like before test audiences, but like this is the first big like critics are going to be here. They're not going to be easy on your movie. Like you're going to watch
Yeah.
it, you're going to get some
For
real notes
sure.
back.
Mhm,
So it's very interesting to see like what the outcome of that is for a lot of things. And
mhm.
this year specifically, I don't know if you've seen it too, but I feel like a lot of the buzz is like uh it feels a little more negative on some of the movies. I feel like last year, even on day one, they were like, you need to wait for this movie. You need to wait for this movie.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
instead, it's more like, this one really didn't hit. This one was okay. This one was
Mhm,
pretty good. But the ones that really like left an impact are this one, like this Jonathan Majors one seems to have really left an impact.
mhm,
And Infinity Pool, which is
mm.
David Cronenberg's son, Brandon Cronenberg, his movie, and apparently it's absolutely just disgusting. They screened an NC-17 cut of the movie at Sundance, and the R-rated released will come out in theaters January 27th, which is next week, I believe. Right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's
cool.
coming up. Mhm.
So this is also from IndieWire, a little snippet here, and this says one of the most envelope-pushing movies to ever unspool at Sundance was injected like a drug into audiences' eyes. It says it's a mind-warping outing from Brandon Cronenberg. There were no notable walkouts from the movie. That is a thing at
Thank
Sundance.
God. Fine.
There's a thing at
Yeah,
like
I'm leaving.
sometimes for
Yeah,
horror movies
leave.
it is, and
Bad.
everybody will go watch it. And sometimes horror
Uh-huh.
movies are not everybody's thing, and so sometimes you can get walkouts in your movie. I think it's hilarious. I think that's so funny,
Yep.
because you have no idea what to expect. It's not like you can read anybody's
Oh
like
yeah.
opinions on the movie before it comes out. So
Yeah.
no notable walkouts. That means the crowd fully ingested the cocktail that has not only featured skull-crushing violence and rich people behaving badly with clones, but also doses of blood, sperm, and other bodily secretions, real
Oh.
or imagined, coming out of various body parts.
Oh.
Um,
It screams Cronenberg, but
God,
respectfully.
the Cronin babes are going crazy right now, dude.
Ah, I mean, listen, it's all intriguing, and I think just like a lot of the movies that come out of Sundance, you got to give it a chance. You got to give it a chance,
This one's
right?
gonna be so weird. Yeah. And then the last thing
Yeah.
here I thought was interesting to say is that
Mhm.
Skarsgård, Alexander Skarsgård, is him and Mia Goth are the stars of it. Skarsgård felt so strongly about the material that he became an executive producer on the movie. He said,
Wow.
"It's an indie film, and I wanted to do anything I could to help Brandon Cronenberg visualize it," Skarsgård said.
Hey, power to him. That's awesome. I love to hear it.
It's hilarious.
Lots of good stuff. I mean, this sounds intriguing. I think I'm more so leaning toward, magazine dreams and sometimes I think
Yeah.
about dying,
No,
but
I don't think Infinity
great.
Pool's for me. I don't know. I've seen a
Mhm,
couple good David Cronenberg movies that I like, and I
mhm.
I don't think I've seen anything by Cronenberg. Brandon Sanderberg. That's funny.
Yeah.
Uh, Brandon Cronenberg. But I don't know. We'll see. So this is right up. People love this stuff,
Oh yeah. It's fresh.
and maybe I'll
New
want to
and
say like, oh yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. But I'm too much of a
mhm.
wuss, dude. I get so easily irked. We'll see.
Dude, me too, man. This sounds nuts.
But
Like,
something that is the opposite of irk
huh?
and something that will make be sure to put a smile on your face is John Carney's new movie Flora and Son. Sing Street is a previous movie by John Carney, and I can't stop talking about Sing Street. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's so heartfelt. It's if you like music at all, like even 80s rock music and stuff. It's about a high schoolers making a band in Dublin, Ireland that are trying to copy like the biggest 80s glam stars, and
Mhm.
it makes me so
Dang.
happy. I've seen it a
Yeah.
lot of times. Can't wait.
Mhm.
This movie, Flora and Son, is by the same director, and it stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it also takes place in Ireland,
I'm
in the
in.
music scene. It's all of his movies are
Oh,
music, so
yeah.
I'm very excited for this. I cannot. It's his first movie in 7 years.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. See, that's another one. I'll look out for it.
Yeah,
Love Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph always gets on like, I don't know, interesting stuff, kind of, I don't
yeah,
know, like mind, like, thought provoking.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
he does a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah,
she'll be great.
yeah. And then I have one more here that
Mhm.
people have been writing about, and that's called Past Lives. And Vanity Fair says that Past Lives is a note perfect directorial debut. Playwright Celine Song wows Sundance with a poignant, graceful study of two friends drifting through the years. Looks
Wow.
looks very interesting. So
Yeah. And I wonder, I don't remember last year's, but I see like a lot of these movies, they start now, but they get a lot of like buzz for the next
later.
year awards season. Yeah, way later.
I mean,
So,
last year, if we look back at our Sundance
uh-huh.
clip, we were talking about like All Quiet on the Western Front. We talked about like
There you go. Okay.
no Decision to
Nice.
Leave. We were talking
Oh,
um what else were we talking about? There's like a lot of ones that are up.
maybe
After
Tar. I feel
Sun,
like Tar.
Tar. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So see, and now they're like, oh, everyone's
And
on
now
it.
everybody's
So
talking about it. Yeah.
this is stuff to look out for.
So yeah, keep an eye on these. Also, there's Sundance is still going. There's still days more of movies that haven't screened yet.
Plenty.
So we have not seen the full picture. This movie is coming out on this clip is coming out on January what is today?
23rd.
23rd. So yeah, I'm sure there will be more movies that are shown
Mm-hmm.
afterwards that we can talk more about later. But guys, thanks so much for watching. If you're excited about these movies coming to theaters near you, and I guess premium on demand now, because that seems to be a successful route for
Yeah.
indie movies, which is really sad. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. Please subscribe to our podcast. It's if you type in Strictly Casual Freeze Frame, it's a little yellow box. It says Freeze Frame right in there. You can subscribe. This is episode 95 if you want to listen to the entire episode where we talk about a lot of fun stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.